Right. Welcome back. Fucking one laugh day. So, let's just be a quick little video here. Got another blower here we're doing. 353 for a turbo motor. One of my buddies. You can see that one's fucked. Anyway. The reason we're going to make a video today. So I got a new toy. And I'm not sure that we'll get it running or anything like that just yet. I just picked it up, just unloaded it off the back of the Ford, and I figured we'll pull the air inlet pipe off here quick, pull a valve cover, and see what it looks like on the inside. Supposedly this was a good runner, scrapped the truck, yada yada, you know the story. But oil looks good. No sign of water in it. Smells and tastes delicious. So, what I can tell, I'll pop the cap off here quick. At least I don't see any rust. It looks pretty good. This was stored indoors since it was pulled out of the truck it was in. You know, your standard. This is, I don't know if you guys know, this is your standard Chevrolet GMC like C60. Your fan would mount here. Truck application, power steering pump. Pretty standard deal. Came with the clutch. Came with the Spicer 5-speed to go with it. You know, that came out of it. Got the shifter there for the tranny. Tranny I just stuffed in the truck shop. That's the fan there. Just because I want it out of my fucking way. But plan for this is we'll get it running, see how it runs, and depending on that, maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I don't want to sell nobody nothing that's a pile of shit. So if it's junk, I guess I'm fucking stuck with it, eh? But if it's something looks like worth hanging on to, we'll sell it. I got like 10 of these fucking things kicking around. Most of them are parts, motors, you know. But hold please. Oh fuck yeah, bud. It was a fucking battle getting this thing out of my truck. The door to my truck shed is janky as fuck. Whoever built this place I could slap. And they got like this janky slider door on there. And it's frozen right to the ground. It's still winter here in lovely fucking upstate New York. Land of the communists. Unfortunately. And if you're listening, watching this, and you fucking voted for Cuomo, it's your fault. You're an asshole. Just so you know. Obviously not the frozen door, but, you know, the state of New York is your fault. Boy, howdy. Everybody does these fucking videos and make it look so easy to operate. A screwdriver or anything with one hand while you're filming. I got news for you. I'm not that fucking coordinated. Fucking. Oh, yeah. Come on, you fucking whore. There is normally bolts in that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these. There's normally bolts in that, but somebody, I think, has been in here. Story with this motor was it died. Some kind of fuel issue. And I don't know, for whatever reason, they parked the truck. And then it sat around. Nobody did nothing with it. until yours truly decided he couldn't live without it. These fucking things. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing off here. My screwdriver. It's really tricky for me to get used to looking through the camera at what I'm doing. So that way you guys can see, plus I can see, oh yeah, they're already fucking loose. Fuck you. So that's gone forever. Hopefully there's no drop valves. It does turn, so I don't think we're in for anything super terrible, but it does turn, and it did kind of feel like it had some compression. I mean, it's a 453, so compression's a relative term, but man, these C60 motors, that's a whole lot of truck for this tiny little 4-cylinder, let me tell you. They didn't live a whole long time like that. We'll just put these right there where they'll fall off. We'll never see them again. Sounds about right. Oh yeah, she just wants to come right apart for me. I love that. Come on. I was fighting a good fight. You. In case you guys are wondering, I'm about the furthest fucking thing from a lefty that there ever was. Oh, yeah. I think we're gonna have to bend this plate. Find out here in a second. I think what I'll do is just pop these, what are they, fucking 7/16, half inch? I don't fucking know. We'll pop them out of there. I know whichever socket I put on will be the wrong one. That's just the way she goes. Ooh. Nailed it. What are the chances? These back before I fucking lose them. That linkage, it's goofy as fuck. But because the governor's on this side of the engine, of course, your pedal, we ain't in the UK, so you ain't driving from the passenger side, so your pedal's over here, so it makes it pretty easy for a swap candidate to put these in a pickup. Use them more often than not. Oh, come on. I think we gotta get the hammer. It's the only problem lifting these from that plate without a spreader bar. Lift them from this plate, these plates here without a spreader bar, it just fucking... waffles are right to fuck. There we go. Oh, fuck, boys, look at that. Ice must have been right in there. Luckily, they didn't get any of their shit in the motor. Oh, wow, look at her. Any bets? You think the rack is stuck? Every fucking one of them. See, and this is the spring-loaded type, so these won't run away on you. This engine will not start the way it is. It won't run away because when these plungers stack inside the injector, they're directly tied. I'm sorry, when the rack sticks, it's tied directly to the plunger there. So the plunger will always stick down if your rack is stuck. And these racks, normally what would happen on a 2-screw rack, one would stick and it would hold the rack in full fuel just like it is. With these spring-loaded fuckers, they design them so that if one or however many stick, it will not hold the rack in full fuel. That's what these springs do. They allow this finger to move separately from the rest of the rack so that if you hang one up, you don't lose your motor in a runaway. What do we got? 5A60? 5A60. Can you boys read that? Oh, yeah. Does it say reliability on the side of it? That would explain why they're all fucking stuck. What's that say on the side of it? Can you see it? Let's see if we can zoom in. Oh, fuck, that's handy. What's that say? I don't know. Boy, this has been a lot of work. I should probably have some more beer. Let's go on this side. This is, I don't know. They have a technical term for it. It's a fuel modulator. And what it does is this metal line here, on these turbo engines, see this blower inlet goes across the other side of the turbocharger. These turbo engines, to control the smoke output, what they would do is this device limits the rack from going to full fuel until it sees a certain PSI in the airbox. And this line, if you follow this line, we'll follow it together here, goes directly into the airbox. So you'll see it here. And by airbox, I don't mean air filter cavity. I mean the cavity in the center of the block where the liner ports are, where these things get their air from. So it comes in here, goes through this. There's a fitting in here so it doesn't leak oil, even though they always leak oil. And so you see your line goes there. I don't know if you can see it, that tiny one there. Yeah, you can see it. And she goes, maybe there's an easier way to see it here. There she is there. All right, chair. And it goes, you can see it run lengthwise there. Underneath this, see that line there? That metal line, and it runs into the plate. Right there, on the side of the airbox. That's the side of your airbox. That on a 53, that is your inspection ports for the liners, you know, so where you could, on a 71 or a 92, they have those individual ones. 53s only have a single, 53 inlines. The 6Vs have iron 6Vs have round holes, look like a 71, except they're sideways instead of up and down. And aluminum 6Vs, 53s have a 92 style cover. I don't have one in the shop here. I'd show it to you. It's out in the other shop. But here's your serial number. They're always stamped here. 504. So 5 is your series 53. 04 is your number of cylinders. 7, I believe, is automotive, something like that. I don't know. And then, but the important part is the 5300. That tells you it's a factory turbocharged engine. That's what you want. And these 453T factory deals will be stamped. The 3, by the way, in that number is the one. Where is it? There it is. The 3 in that number there is the one that tells you it's turbocharged from the factory. These 453Ts were cast in Brazil, so there is somewhere in a block it will say Brazil. And so if you ever hear the term Brazilian 453T, that's what they're referring to, is the stamping on the block. Crusty. a green turbo anyway. These were, it's a T04E, I think. What were these? No, these were Bs. I think they're Bs. I don't know if they're Bs or Es. One or the other. I want to say the turbo greens were T04B, blah blah blah, and the silvers were T04E, and the silver turbocharger is a much better turbo. I won't even run a green turbo anymore. Just fucking throw them in the scrap bin where they belong. And then even better than that, newer turbocharger technology. Is they run so much nicer with a newer turbo on them. You can eliminate, what I always do is I eliminate this thing and I put 2 regular rocker trunnions on there and scrap all this bullshit emissions. And if you put the right turbo on them, they won't smoke a lick. I mean, maybe if you get under it real low, being a dummy, you can get under it and smoke it. But up top, man, I tell you, in my old red Ford, I had 90 injectors. They were 9A90s. I was running in that. And I had S300G. That's the turbocharger off of a Hot Cummins. And that thing didn't smoke a lick when it was up on boost. You know, I could make about 10 PSI by 1300, which if you ever run one of these at 1300 RPM, you barely got enough oil pressure to support any kind of power output. So, well, a well-used engine anyway. So yeah, that newer turbo is the way to go. And these were a front sump design. Super common swap candidate these are. So I'm hoping this is a decent runner. The guy seemed like a straight shooter, so I ain't too terribly worried about it. It doesn't exhibit, you know, there's no signs here of the exhaust manifold being wet and wet stacking and blowing oil and shit like that. I mean, the fucking exhaust is rotting right off it. It didn't have the Detroititis, so I'm anticipating we got a good runner. And I've rambled in this video for 20 fucking minutes about nothing, and all we did was take a valve cover off. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. And in the next video, we'll get this fucking thing running or fail miserably. Either way, come along with me for the ride. We'll unstick these injectors and go through the steps to get one running that's been sitting for 10 years at least. Thanks for watching.